I was at Saratoga this summer on Travers Day, one of the more popular races year in and year out. It's the King's Bishop, and this year it was a mild upset for some, but for one trainer, it was a defining victory of the 2015 campaign, and that trainer joins us right now. Maria Borell, Runhappy, clearly ran a brilliant race that day, and that'll be the focus of our conversation going forward. Thank you for joining us, and I believe this will be your introduction to the racing world at large.
It is, yes, and thank you so much for having me on air.
So tell us a little bit about Maria Borell, because we know very little, and our viewers probably know even less, other than the trainer of Runhappy who sprung an upset in the King's Bishop. How long have you been in the thoroughbred industry, and where did it all start for you?
It actually all started for me at Saratoga back in 2003. I had gone up there, and I wanted to be a jockey and tried to gallop some racehorses, and it started there. I did the whole ordeal, galloped, broke babies, and I was an assistant trainer for a while for a smaller trainer down in Florida, and here I am.
And Maria, as far as Runhappy, the first couple starts, Runhappy was trained by Laura Rollers. How did it come about that Runhappy ended up in your care?
Well, Laura Rollers is actually Jim McIngvale's racing manager, so I actually still talk to her quite a bit. But they had decided to send the horses back up from Louisiana to Kentucky, and she just was very busy and had a hard time being up here, so they had contacted me. Someone had recommended me, even though I did not have the best race record before this year. Everyone had seen that my horses at least looked the part, and I know I work really hard, and so they flew up and met me and gave me a shot. So I'm very lucky.
Tell us a little bit about your operation. We're looking at the bio right now, and Beacon Hill Farm, is that where your main operation is based, and then where do you find your stables at?
I have a breeding farm with my dad, Beacon Hill Farm. I opened it, and now he's kind of gotten sucked into the whole horse thing. And I have my racing stable at the Thoroughbred Center, which I actually really love being there because we have access to using the pool, and we have turnout paddocks, and it's a really good place for my horses to be. I like for them to do more than just go to the track.
Well, Maria, let's go to the King's Bishop, August 29th. It was only earlier this year that you won your first race, and saddling Runhappy was the first horse in which you ever saddled in a stakes race. Take me through that day. I'm sure things were moving so fast for you, but take me through that day. Were you able to absorb and soak in everything, especially saddling a horse in a Grade 1 at Saratoga?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know, the whole day. But it's funny because actually the day really dragged by until it came time to go to the paddock, and then it was really like an overwhelming rush. But it's pretty amazing. I mean, I guess I didn't really. I mean, honestly, it just clicked to me that he even won the race really like last week. But I don't know. When I was just saddling him, I'm not thinking about all the other stuff. I'm just trying to get my horse to the race, and once he's on the track, it's kind of up to luck or God or whoever you see it. And I've done my part at that point,
And one of the things about your horse, Runhappy, is that he has never raced on Lasix. And in a day and age when a lot of the trainers race on the anti-bleeding medication Lasix, he's never run on the medication before. So it is simple just because he's proven that he doesn't need it?
Yeah, he doesn't need it, and I'm really anti-using drugs in horses, especially if they don't need anything. Like, why would we put them on them? If we won't use something on ourselves, why would we put it in these animals? I mean, we've gotten him scoped a bunch, and if he has never shown signs that he needs it. He's never bled, never had any issues. So, and that's actually another reason James McIngvale hired me, is because he's kind of along the same thoughts of anti-drugs, etc., and I'm the same way. If a horse doesn't need it, why would we use it? And I think he proved he didn't need it on King's Bishop Day.
He certainly didn't, and he ran a brilliant race that day. Give me the scope of your operation. How many horses do you have in your care right now, other than Runhappy?
I have 6 other horses, 3 for Mr. McIngvale and 3 I own myself.
Now, as far as the next start for Runhappy, we saw on his bio page that he is going to be making his next race in the Phoenix Stakes at Keeneland. What went into the decision to run at Keeneland? Because I know for a little bit you guys were considering a turf race at Kentucky Downs.
Yeah, that was kind of something that was just thrown out there randomly. I really wasn't excited about thinking of running him at Kentucky Downs. I think he's fine on the grass. He just wasn't used to going up and down hills, and I was kind of little bit on the fence about that, but I nominated him anyway, so that's what Mr. McAville wanted to do. But kind of right after the King's Bishop, we had said, okay, we're going to go to the Phoenix because it's at home and it's at the same track the Breeders' Cup will be at, and what a better prep for him to go to the Breeders' Cup. See if he can get a win over this track first.
Well, he's a perfect 3 for 3 in your care, Maria, but I want to go 2 starts back to his victory at Ellis Park, because at least for me, that was the race in which I really took notice. Well, wow, who is this horse? Were there any private purchase offers maybe after this race on the 31st of July?
Yeah, they've been getting offers on him all along, from his maiden race to after Indiana, his Indiana race with me and Ellis. I mean, all along, and now, of course, they're getting stallion offers already. So he's been kind of a hot commodity since he's been hitting the track.
Well, there's good reason for him to be such a hot commodity. You've done a fantastic job with him. We want to wish you the best of luck, Maria. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the winner's circle, and feel free to join us anytime.
Thanks, Maria.
I will.